Community voice.
Hey everybody, I'm Katie Roche with the Community Voice, and I'm here with Grace and Susan of the What a Load of Craft event taking place in mid-December. It's an annual event, and it's actually one of my absolute favorite things that happens in the Iowa City area.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks.
So I know that you have a business together called Skirt, making really cool crafted items, pillows and quilts and wallets and all kinds of fun stuff. So where did this idea come from for this event?
We started the event because we had this business, we had Skirt, and we didn't have, this was before White Rabbit had started. We didn't have a space in Iowa City to sell our stuff, and we felt like we wanted to have sort of an alternative space. You know, we didn't feel like we really fit in with the, more traditional craft fairs, and so we wanted a space where we could have the community come together and kind of celebrate all the amazing, more alternative artists and crafters that were in Iowa City.
It's a craft fair with sort of a punk rock DIY vibe to it. This year, it's going to be a little bit different than in past years because there's over 40 vendors as opposed to about 15 is what we have had in the past. But it's a craft fair with sort of a punk rock DIY vibe to it. A lot of the crafts, I'd say, are a little more...
A little edgier.
Yeah,
a little more
unconventional.
subversive, I would say, is a good word for it.
There's a lot of just traditional classic crafts too, but a lot of things have a little bit of a twist.
Well, I know I'm personally resisting doing any shopping for the holidays until the event this year because I have found so many great, cool, unusual items.
We may be a little biased, but we definitely know a lot of people that they do all their Christmas shopping there because you can get the most unique gifts. I mean, stuff that
You
get
can't
anywhere
find
else.
anywhere.
There's also a music element to this event. This year you've got actually kind of a big group, Leslie and the Lies, coming.
Yes. Leslie is going to be, she's actually going to be a vendor as well as she's going to MC the last round of our craft Deathmatch, which we can talk about in a little bit, which will be gem sweaters, which is her trademark. And she's also going to do a lecture on the history of gem sweaters, which will include a slideshow. We feel really fortunate to have her.
Leslie is an expert. She has the gem sweater museum in Des Moines, right? So what other bands are going to be playing?
This year, we're lucky to have, we have Lipstick Homicide, who's going to be playing acoustically as Lipcoustic Homicide. We're also going to have Pete Balestrieri on saxophone, some holiday saxophone.
He used to play for the Violent Femmes, right?
We also are going to have Kate and Amanda, which is a cello and acoustic guitar duo. We're going to have Sky Carrasco, and we're also going to have Olivia Rose Muzzy.
Cool.
Does some really cool, like, looping stand-up bass stuff. She's really amazing. So we're really fortunate to have such a good lineup. We're excited about it this year.
So 40 vendors, a bunch of music. Is there going to be food at the event?
Yes, Red Avocado is going to be providing food.
This is really a grassroots event.
We were talking today about how exciting it is that it's actually gotten bigger than it's way bigger than us. There's people that will tell us about it and ask us if we're going, and it's really exciting. So yeah, and there's just so many amazing vendors, and they're all from Iowa, and they're just all fantastic. And I just I think it's really great for us to remember how much cool stuff is going on here.
There's a lot of creativity in Iowa City, but in Iowa in general, and we really want to showcase as much of that as possible.
And do you deliberately keep it Iowa-centric for the vendors?
At this point, it's just been not big enough to really encompass out-of-state vendors, since most of them would have to, spend the extra expense to get a hotel room and all that. At this point, we're not to that point, but we're not gonna, exclude that from the fair in future ones.
I know that there's always, every year, this conversation about the winter in Iowa City and how there's just not as much happening and everybody kind of goes inside, and so this is just a really great addition to the winter season for Iowa City.
Definitely.
And we intentionally schedule it for the week before finals week so that we can make sure to include not only the local community but also the university community as well. You know, we want to make sure that students are not, gone already, so that, we can have as many people participate as possible.
The cool thing too then is like college kids will come and buy all their holiday gifts and then take them out of state and give them to people, so it works out that way too.
So there's one part of What a Load of Craft that I've been waiting to hear about. I've heard about it, but I haven't actually gotten to witness it this year, so I'm definitely going to catch it this year. The Craft Deathmatch. What is the Craft Deathmatch?
Basically, I think there was a game show in Australia called Craft Deathmatch that we just heard about on the internet. And it just sounded like just the coolest thing in the world. So basically it's people sign up, they get a pile of craft supplies and a mission of something to make in a short amount of time. We have local metal DJs, Killed by Death, are going to be there, and they provide a very menacing soundtrack to the Craft Deathmatch, which is also co-emceed by Coolsey, who's a local rapper, and Kevin Kopus from the band The Tanks. And of course, then this year, we also have Leslie Hall doing the final round. It's definitely the thing that at the end of the craft fair, everyone is packed up front watching it, because it's really fun and exciting, and the results are always either like impressive, hilarious. It's really entertaining. It's, yeah, we really enjoy that part of it.
This actually sounds like a pretty family-friendly event as well. There's a lot of fun stuff going on.
We're really excited this year to be at the fairgrounds, so that, we're going to have a coloring contest with pictures that are drawn by Matt Cooper from Nemesis Tattoos. And he's going to be judging the coloring contest, and there will be a prize for kids, whoever wins that one. There will be also a button making booth, and HoMa will be doing an activity at their booth as well. So there will be plenty of stuff for kids to do to stay entertained while, their parents shop and get stuff for the holidays.
Cool. I should mention that we're here at the HoMa Workshop. They were nice enough to host us today. Grace and Susan work out of a small space, and
fit in there.
wasn't quite big enough to do it in there. So thank you to HoMa Workshop for hosting us today. So is there anything else people should know about this event? Is there an admission fee? Is there anything they need to know?
Absolutely free. It's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yeah, I'd say just come and give it a chance. I think this is the best year to come and check it out. We're really, really excited. Yeah, and I think one aspect of it too that I really enjoy, that I want people to be aware of, is I think the combining the music with crafts, and that's something that I think a lot of people do, and it's just not recognized how much those things intertwine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's also really important this year for people to bring cash, because we're out at the fairgrounds and there is no ATM. So that's something that we're trying to remind people of as much as possible.
There might be a few vendors that have credit card machines, but for the most part, I would say bring your cash.
Bring cash. Good to know.
Because there's going to be stuff you're going to want to buy.
For sure.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, and
Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Yeah.
So What a Load of Craft is an annual event, and this year it's taking place out at the Johnson County Fairgrounds. Check out the website, and we'll see you out there. Thanks for watching.
You lovely lady, wear your jam sweaters, jam sweaters. Believe. Community voice.
Nah, Iowa City is whoop, Iowa City is Iowa City is Iowa City is